So we are live in the club for successful ELT entrepreneurs, and tonight I have two guests compared to the usual
Hello.
concept. Usually I have one guest. Today I have two guests. Viktoriya, hi Viktoriya,
Hi, nice to meet you here.
and Liubov. Hello Liubov.
Hello, happy to be here with you.
I am so happy to have you tonight on St. Nicholas Day in Advent time before Christmas. I want to support you because both of you are from the Ukraine. So I want to support you at this Advent time with our love and our interest in your work and we met before in person, yeah. So I feel like we became friends over time. And so I'd like you tonight to share your journey, how you are doing, and also a little bit about your country these days, if that's okay with you. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, once again, hello. I can already see someone watching. Please tell us who is watching. Even if you are watching the recorded version, please let us know. And the ladies will definitely appreciate your support, right? And ladies, why don't you start by introducing yourselves and then we can go into how we know each other? Yeah? Sounds good?
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So,
Lisa, would you like to go first?
yes, why not? So, first, I want to thank you a lot for this invitation and actually for everything that you did for me and Victoria. So, I will tell about it later, but actually, you have influenced a lot. Um, And my name is Liubov. I'm Ukrainian. I'm a teacher, an English teacher. And so I have been teaching English for 10 years now. And it's just my rewarding career for me. And I really appreciate it.
And where are you from in Ukraine?
I'm from Chernivtsi. It's in the west of Ukraine, western part of Ukraine. Uh, Fortunately, it's safe here. Yeah, quite safe and peaceful.
How big is Chernivtsi?
Oh, it's not. It's a town. It's a town. Approximately the population is 250 people. So yeah,
250,000 people, so quarter
yeah,
million. That's a
yeah,
city. You have a beautiful university. I Googled it.
yeah.
Gorgeous historical town. So I am looking forward to visiting you one day. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
really curious about your city. Anything else you would like to add?
Yes, maybe that. So we met. Actually, I didn't find you on purpose, but it was like I wanted to go abroad. So I felt like stuck in a rut, and I just googled some conferences abroad. I wanted to go to move somewhere, and I found you, Nina, and you offered great festival for English teachers in May. And I was like, first I was confused about it because I hesitated a lot whether I need to go and or not. But then I decided to go, and I was seeking for a big leap in my life. And I after that, so of course after your festival, it was a great leap, and I actually met a lot of great teachers there, European teachers. And yes, I can say that after that my journey started as a freelancer.
So I can't wait to hear more about it. We chatted about it in the meantime, of course, but I'm hoping to hear more details as well. And how about your friend Victoria? Where are you from? How long have you been teaching?
Hello, hello. Maybe the first thing I want to say that nothing happens by chance this in this life. I
Yeah.
think that everything has its own purpose and maybe goal. I don't know how on earth it happens, but uh, I'm really grateful to you, Nina. You had a great impact on me. Uh, at that conference was like maybe a sip of fresh air for me. It was really, really cool, and I was so excited. And when I was at home, back home, I've made a decision to leave school. By the way, so yeah, I'm Victoria, by the way, yeah, and I'm also from Ukraine, and I'm from Izmail. It is not far from Odessa. It's Odessa region. It's a very small town, but it is so picturesque. It is on the left bank of the Danube River, and it is just the border with Romania. And if the weather is nice, we can see Romanian bank. Yeah, it's very nice. I'm a teacher, and I have been teaching for 25 years at a state school. Yeah, it's unbelievable, but it is true. And teaching and children was my most cherished dream, and it came true. And frankly speaking, my first students were my dolls, then my sister, then my neighbors. So everybody were taught by me. And so my choice was quite evident. Why state school? Because those days, 20 years ago, there wasn't any possibility to start our own business. Those crazy 90s in our country, we just became independent, so it was impossible, yeah. And I wasn't so confident as I'm nowadays. Now I'm a freelance. This year, after the conference, yes, it was like a push, yeah. It was like a miracle push, yeah. And I've made a decision to change significantly my life, and I've made a decision to leave school. Um, I don't want to show off. I don't think it's a good idea.
Please
But
do. This is what
please do.
we celebrate. We
Yeah,
celebrate here together. Do show off.
yeah. It was a plunge into the unknown. Yeah, I had to leave the comfort zone, but the comfort zone. I mean, there were students which were near dear for me, and I had to teach them up to the end, yeah. And the choice was really hard, but still I left school, and now I'm a freelance teacher, and I'm so happy, as happy as a person can ever be, believe me.
I
Never
believe you.
ever, yeah, never ever I would be back. No, now I'm in my element 100%, and I do whatever I want. For me, it's very hard to delegate something. I have a motto that if you want to do something good, do it yourself. So now I work for myself. Yeah, I have my own students. It is up to me to decide what books to choose, what programs to choose, to work with books or just get rid of them. And it's up to me. I need the result, and I know how to do it properly. So, and I don't like the word hate, but okay, I don't think it's a good idea to maybe intrude. I don't like intrusion. So that's why maybe I have this my own business, and I'm pretty happy. And one more detail here, I have two tattoos. Yeah, and they are really significant for me. One of them is "you can," and these are the words of my mom. She told me, "Vika, you can do everything." And when I hesitated, when I was ambiguous and dubious between two minds, I just thought whether I have to toss a coin. No, no coins now. I made another tattoo, and it is written here, take a risk or lose the chance. So I've made the decision not to lose the chance, girls. So it was my decision, but never could I imagine that it would be so cool, really. And I'm really grateful to you, Nina. But without my friend Luba, nothing would be possible. She supported me a lot, really a lot. It was she who told me, Vika, are you still at school? No way, no way. So morning call, Vika, are you still at school? Yeah, it was like this, ladies. And Luba, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Really, I appreciate our friendship. And it
Thank you
was,
too.
yeah, it was the very conference in Brno where where we met with Luba in person. Yeah, and it
And
was
actually,
so cool.
it's yeah, it's just a chance. And like we were signing for a course CAE, so we eager to improve our English, and we were going to take CAE. And there we met, and somehow we started chatting, in private messages, because we had group, like group Telegram, yeah. And we started messaging each other every day about the books, about Celta course that Victoria was doing at the time. And I was really interested in her ideas and in her some, maybe I asked for advice. She was kind of a mentor for me, and I always ask for advice. And yeah, really, thank you too. Thank you so much.
So wonderful. So you actually met before the conference, before the Language Teachers Festival, but only online. Your
Yeah.
first time meeting in person was here in the Czech Republic in Brno, yes? So you
Yes,
Yes.
didn't you
Yes.
didn't come together. You
No.
came from two different places. Lyuba came from Chernivtsi in Ukraine, and Victoria is not in Ukraine at the moment, obviously, because near Odessa is very dangerous, right? Or how is your area at the moment?
it's really dangerous. Alarms every day. It's under massive attacks. Not every day for sure, but it's not so safe and quiet there, and peace and quiet there. And I don't think it's a good idea to be there now, because I'm first of all mom, and I'm responsible for my daughter
Yeah.
and my family. I have a niece, and now we all live together in Montenegro.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks a lot, this beautiful country. We are refugees, but we don't feel ourselves as if we are refugees, really. They're so friendly and helpful. So I'm really grateful to this country, I would say. Yes, we are safe, but it hurts a lot, because Ukraine is our home anyway, and we believe it. We hope for the best, yeah. And nowadays, so it's really hard to speak about our
Yeah.
country, because it's our motherland, and people maybe can't understand how maybe important our country is for us. Uh, um, Before we come across such circumstances, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure. Maybe a couple of years ago, I just had home and I took it for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had I had medicine, and I had my hairdresser, but we took everything for granted, and never ever could we maybe thought of the fact that we are really Ukrainians, that we are so proud of our country, of our language, of our people. They are really hilarious, brave, and when you are abroad, I feel as if I don't home anymore. Really, it's it, it's a disaster for me, and it's a holiday, yeah, and for sure we feel it. But motherland is something which gives us power, inspires us. Even the smell of our home is something precious and priceless, I think.
Beautiful. I am so profoundly sorry you cannot be home. It breaks my heart that you cannot be home, but I'm happy that you're safe, and I'm hopeful that you can be home soon. And I wanted to ask if you're in touch with some family or friends back in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we keep in touch,
mm-hmm,
and I have relatives there.
mm-hmm,
And when I see on the screen of my phone that there is alarm in my native town, it hurts a lot, and I can't go to bed until my relatives write that everything is okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's like this. It's like this. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and students, they like even today. So I was like, in the morning, I was elated because I was excited about the interview. I had just nice mood, and I also texted Victoria that I'm ready for the interview. I feel so good and proud about myself, and and then there was alert, and all students were in the shelter, so they were waiting for their lessons. And again, so the mood was like like lowering, or like,
yeah,
yeah. So it's nowadays our life in Ukraine is like a roller coaster. Yeah, so sometimes 1 hour you feel elated, you feel like happy and you feel calm, and the other hour, the other minute, you feel like stressed out and depressed, and all like you know all range of emotions, really.
yeah.
So it's difficult to talk, even I can't express it. Yeah, so it's somewhere inside, and yeah, so but we try to live our life, but not always it's possible.
How is your family and how are your friends? You said you're in the western part of Ukraine and
Mhm.
it's safe, but it's still quite
Most of
dangerous.
them,
You have to go to the shelter sometimes, yeah?
yeah. So most of them are here. They are in Chernivtsi, because it's safe territory, safe part of
Hmm.
Ukraine, and actually, yeah. So they are here, and we try to together socially and to meet with each other. But actually, we are busy, but actually try to do something about being together and keeping in touch with each other. So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
And Luba, what are the news at the moment? Because we don't hear so much about the war these days.
The news is getting even worse.
Hmm.
I know that European like people, they are tired of war, and actually they live their life, and it's okay. But in Ukraine, so yeah, the news is just horrible, and every day I read a lot in publics and different channels, so that we have every day we have alarm. So yeah.
And when we have an
And
alarm, it means that there are explosions somewhere
yeah,
so close to
missiles.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots
Hmm.
of victims, lots of children who are dead now, lots of children who were stolen. I'm not afraid to use this word. They were really stolen,
Mhm.
and now they are in Russia, and we even don't know what's going on with our kids and our people, and it's a disaster, really.
Yeah.
It's a disaster, yeah. And
Yes.
it hurts a lot. I have already mentioned that it really hurts when it, and for sure, I'm not so public as I maybe want to be, but I want to say that our country needs support, big support. We need it. We really need it. We really need help, whatever help. It is really precious, and we're really thankful no matter what. So support us, keep supporting, don't stop doing
Yeah,
it, because nobody knows which country is the next, and
Exactly.
what might happen, because never could we imagine that
Yeah.
It might have, that it can happen there in the 21st century,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
center of Europe.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm so happy that you are in such a lovely, supportive field of ELT that you can. I believe that helps a lot. Yeah, I know when I am down, work is always what helps me get back up on the
Yes,
horse, right?
definitely,
My
yeah.
students, my colleagues, my coworkers, people around me, people on social media who are in ELT, people who are online like this. Yeah, it's the most beautiful community we could imagine, and that helps a little bit, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it's rewarding, really.
Yeah, yeah,
Even if sometimes you're exhausted, yeah, because you have a lot of work, you have regular contact with your clients, with students, right? So you work face to face, sometimes online, but still it's yeah, it brings satisfaction, and I can't live without it, you know. Yes, once I was like burned out. It happened when I was working at a state school. I had been working there for 4 years before I quit, and I um, started to feel burnout, and I wanted to do something. I wanted to take a decision, and as Viktoriya has mentioned, so take a risk. And just once it happened. It happened at night, so I just got up. I took notes, and I wrote down that so I will, yeah, I will quit, and yeah,
and
it
you
was
did,
amazing.
and the
Yeah,
rest is history.
yeah,
And the
yeah,
rest is history.
yeah.
So, for 6 years, you've been freelancing now.
Uh, no, 1 year, and another one is learned freelancing. It's like I have become an entrepreneur.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Tell me more.
and now I have two teachers. So they work with kids. I hired them, and I had some nice interviews with a lot of candidates. But I decided to hire them because they were very close to my vision of what teaching is.
Mhm.
And yes, and they work mainly with kids, and I work with secondary and high school students,
And do you have a
also
classroom?
adults.
You have a
I
classroom, or is this online?
I have two classrooms.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have two classrooms. Yeah.
So physical classroom.
Yes,
So you're starting to build a language school, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes. That's what we first talked about when we met before you came to the conference. You were telling me about your dream, and you are, both of you ladies, you are so inspiring because you just go for it. I know a few Ukrainian women also here locally, and you all have one thing in common. When you want something, you really go for it. You don't wait. I wish Czech people learned this from you because we're like waiting around a little bit too much sometimes, and you have like this hot blood, yeah, that you go for it. Temperament, this need, and you're so hardworking. I had two Ukrainian students who have been living here for many years, married a Czech guy, have a family, yeah, and always so hardworking. Some of my
And
best students.
and Nina, I have the answer to this hot blood. Uh, we have Cossacks in our blood. Yeah, in
Yes,
our genes.
Kosatsky, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Kazachkas.
cause yeah, genes, and it matters really.
Hmm.
And I have already mentioned that Ukrainians are really brave and hardworking. Whatever happens, we will work, we will survive. Yeah, it's somewhere maybe inherited. I think
And
so.
and that's why you will also win. Yeah, you will
Yeah,
also
we
win
believe in it.
And
We
because of
believe in
that.
our victory.
Yes, yeah.
And I want to add that due to the war, we became decisive and we became determined because we live the moment. Yes,
Yeah.
Also that's why we are so decisive, because we don't know what might be, yeah, in the future. So that's why we want to take this chance now.
Amazing. Amazing. So, Victoria, you are taking a chance on freelancing, aren't you? Tell me a little bit more
Yeah,
about this decision of changing from a public school teacher to a freelancer, and how Lyubov helped you and how it feels now. You were teaching in a public school, you were teaching online now that you are in Montenegro. You were teaching the kids
yeah,
online? Yeah,
I'm teaching online. Yeah,
yeah,
it's the only opportunity here to
yeah.
teach online. I don't have any other possibilities,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty happy. But it wasn't my dream. I just wanted to have the physical classroom because it is about interaction and warmth.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Especially with children, yeah.
with children, yeah,
Hmm.
and also with grown-ups, yeah, and we drank tea. We used to drink tea because we don't drink tea together anymore.
Hmm.
We ate cookies, and sometimes we listened to music while doing something, and we were in our element.
Hmm.
And I'm still dreaming of having this physical school. I think that all dreams will come true. Yeah, for sure. A dream exists to come true one day.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah,
they exist to come true.
and there is something which has changed significantly. I used to teach only school children, and now I teach adults, and it's a great satisfaction for me.
Hmm.
They are so cool, and the feedback is gigantic, really. The feedback, and we are maybe on the same page, and it's really, really pleasant and cool, especially when I teach like-minded people. It's
Hmm.
nice. Some of them are businessmen, some of them are just women who want to visit their kids abroad, who are studying there nowadays. And it's really pleasant, first of all, to be helpful, yeah,
Hmm.
and secondly, to find like-minded people. And my second direction is exams, Cambridge exams.
Hmm. Hmm.
I never thought of it. It wasn't my cherished dream, but I find it really interesting, really. And it is not a long term, yeah. We don't have to wait for a long time to see this result.
Hmm.
And for
Hmm.
me, it's really, really interesting. It's challenging, yeah, but rewarding and interesting.
So can I please ask, how was the transformation from a teacher of kids to a teacher of adults, and how did you become a freelancer so fast? Because it takes time to attract enough clientele to be a full-time freelancer. How did you do it?
It's my personal charisma. Yeah, my person.
Great
Okay,
answer. I love that answer. It's true.
and for sure, words of mouth. And
Word of mouth.
yeah, word of mouth. And it didn't take me long to think it over now. It was just impulsive. Yeah, there are people who buy something on impulse, and I changed my career path. Yeah, just on impulse. Maybe it's a bit unfair. Maybe there is something not true. Yeah, for sure. I thought about it. I cried even. Yeah, and One day I felt that I'm sick and tired of everything. I don't know whether I can say this or no. Kind of humiliation, kind of something weird things which were at school.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I made a decision to leave it and to change, finally to change everything. And I was really determined, really. And
You
actually
did
there
it.
were, yes, and there were actually students who chose me as their teacher.
So how did you go about it? Did you email all your contacts that now I'm going freelance, buy my lessons, or how did you do that?
Mm,
Because usually that's what people worry about the most. How do I step into the unknown? How do I attract client? People usually want to look for clients. I always tell them, don't look for them. Just be your best self and you'll attract them. How did you do it?
for sure, it was the plunge into the unknown. Yeah. And once again, it was something inside me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Maybe parents of my kids, of
Mm-hmm.
my children, they supported me a lot.
There's
Yeah. And they became my first clients. And
Okay.
then there was an announcement, an ad on social media,
Uh-huh.
and it worked like this.
It's that simple, right? I always tell people you don't have to come up with a really complex marketing strategy. You just tell people on your profile on social media that you're starting a business or that you have vacancies, and the right people will come, or your friends will tell other friends. You just have to let the world know, right?
Yeah, yeah. And my piece of advice for all those who are still hesitating, don't lose your chance. Really, don't lose your chance and don't waste your time at private schools or at public schools, I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, if you're sure of yourself, I mean, sure of your knowledge, first of all, for sure, you have to be knowledgeable and know a lot and improve, because a teacher is the person who can't stop, who has no right to stop.
Yeah.
Stop, yes, stop self-education.
Yeah.
Read a lot, watch a lot, and sometimes Luba tells me, I'm that crazy who is driving to work and listening to podcast. Oh, hello, my
Yes.
crazy friend. I'm
We
doing
are
just the
all
same.
crazy.
audiobook. And
Yeah,
talking about maybe some practical tips. Uh, it's important to be ready, yes, not to be stressed. So you have actually you need to have some clients on your list, especially when you want to start freelancing. Yeah, yes, it's important to be confident that you already have like a base of
Yeah.
clients. Yes, so it's really important. And my advice is also that you have to be open to the world, especially on Instagram, social media, right? Because there are some successful teachers that they are like, it's difficult to find them really. So you have to be open. Probably you have to write some posts, post photos, maybe share something, right? Show your personal life,
Yeah.
both personal and professional life, your personality. Yeah, and I think that people nowadays, it's important, really. uh, that's what I think about it as practical. Yeah, if we talk
Mhm.
about practical things.
Nice.
Also, as Viktoriya has mentioned, so you have to be you have to like be passionate and enthusiastic about teaching, and people will definitely see it and feel it. So you don't have to do like something about it.
Exactly,
Mm,
exactly. And that's how
And
you, it's the charisma. It's the charisma. People can feel it, yeah? That you are
yes.
passionate.
yeah, charisma and something inside us, yes. And my maybe another advice: never be Mickey Mouse teacher, yeah. Never, never. So don't promise people that they can speak English, for example, in 3 months fluently. Never do
Exactly.
this. And our clients don't maybe don't hire a teacher who tells this stuff. And never forget that studying English is a hard work, yeah, really tough. And we have a lot on our plate, a lot of stuff to do.
Hmm.
Yeah,
How do
improve.
you how do you balance your professional and personal life? You just mentioned we have a lot on our plate, especially as women, mothers. All three of us are mothers. How do you balance it? Work-life balance. How do you go about it?
Work-life balance. Oh, it's
Doesn't
a tough
exist.
topic to me. For me, yes. My actual, I'm a practical person, and even if I read books, I underline some practical things. So, my advice is to divide professional and personal life,
Yeah.
family and work. So I allocate time for my family, and for my work. In the evening, I put my phone aside, and I work only when I'm alone.
Hmm.
I try to work in the
Hmm.
morning, for example, when my son is at school and my husband is at work. So I try to allocate and dedicate it to um to work.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Also, we don't have to forget about me time. Yeah, some I don't know, maybe um taking a shower in a very slow pace, not to hurry anywhere, maybe buy something. And so these are just some tips that we can that each person can use. Yes.
Hmm.
Luba, by the way, are you
And
taking
Victoria,
are you listening to podcasts while taking a shower? For sure, yes. For sure,
sometimes it
yes.
happens. Yeah. Yes.
Never miss
It
a chance
happens.
to be educated. Yeah. Never miss a
Yeah.
chance for more CPD.
Yes.
And what about Victoria? How are you doing?
For me, it's a tricky question, really, and a little bit painful because sometimes my daughter tells me, "Oh, I don't have mom. I don't have mom." Okay, but we're real friends with my daughter. She's a 19-year-old now,
Hmm.
girl, lady, young lady,
Hmm.
and she's my best friend, by the way. And we spend free time together. We travel a lot, and it is my inspiration. While traveling, I get this satisfaction and inspiration and fresh air, like a breath of fresh air. So we talk a lot. Yeah, we do sport. We go to the beach together and whatnot. So we do lots of things together. We have lots in common.
Hmm.
And she is the very person who supports me a lot. But when she was smaller, she used to tell me that she wanted to have mom by her side. Yeah,
But
it
mom
happens
was
so.
there for many other kids, not just her.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
matter is, she was also my student. She was in my group, and I
Hmm.
hesitated a lot whether to teach her or not, or whether to maybe let anybody else to teach my daughter. But I have already told that I can't delegate, and I thought that nobody but me. Yeah, and I taught my daughter, and the matter was. Mm, I'm very kind to all my students, and we hug a lot. I know that it is not about Salta, yeah. They don't like this stuff when we
But
take
it's
everybody
rapport,
everything.
Victoria. It's rapport, so
Yeah,
why not?
yeah, why not? But during Salta, it is much discussed, really.
Mhm.
But my way of speaking and interacting with kids, I'm really kind to them, and I treat them as if they are my personal kids, and I take everything so close and personally. So I'm into them. They are my passion, and we talk a lot about this situation. So I told my daughter that I would say something very nice to other kids, and she understood. She really understood,
Wow.
and she was so proud of me during the lessons, really. Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, and she left school, and I have been teaching her for 11 years, and her level is B2, and I know that it is me and my daughter. So
Beautiful. Beautiful story.
Yeah.
You must be so proud of her.
I'm really proud of her, but frankly speaking, all parents are proud of kids, yeah, no matter what. Yeah, I'm really proud of her. And now I have my students who are really my friends.
Yeah.
We chat a lot, we support each other. They left school, but we are still friends. And sometimes I know that, for example, my girls are in love, but their parents don't know this stuff about
And
them.
you know,
And I know, yeah. And I sometimes call mom and say, oh, please let her son have long hair because she's against long hair. And she was so surprised. Really? Uh, she he wanted to have long hair, and I say yes. It's a problem. It's a problem. And sometimes I know, and they don't know this stuff. And it's everything about our profession. That's the reason why maybe
Accepting, yeah.
yeah I'm passionate about teaching. It's something personal, yeah.
I can
Vivid.
hear that. You are that teacher that they are all going to remember for the rest of their lives. And they're gonna tell their grandchildren about you.
Maybe,
That.
but it wasn't. It was never been maybe. Oh my God, it has never been my goal. Yeah,
Of
to
course
make
not.
them
That's
to
not
make them
how
remember me,
teachers
to
like
make them remember me. But we are really close, really. And I had three graduate classes. Yeah, I have been teaching them since they were 6 years old, yeah, and till grade 11.
Mhm, mhm.
It's a long path, yeah,
Yeah,
ups and downs,
Yes.
success, yeah,
you must be
results.
also very proud of your journey. I hope you are, Victoria.
Yes, I am, really, I
And
am.
look, we have
We
so
have to be. Yeah.
beautiful comments here from some of the ladies who are watching the interview live now. One of them has been to the festival and met you. Hi, Leni. Thank you so much for your lovely comment. She says, nice to see you again, though only
Hello.
virtually. Sending lots of hugs your way, Lenka Malkova. And then we have a new member of the club who has been watching, Maya Chovantsova, and she's about to start freelancing actually. So listening to your stories has been very inspiring for her. So it it's always worth it to share a story, you know.
Ah,
Ah! And here's
Thank you
another
so much.
message from Maya. She has to go now, but she really enjoyed listening to your stories, and she hopes that she'll get to hear them from you someday again. So, ladies, how about, sorry, Liuba, how about you and your son? I wanted to ask, are you teaching your son English?
Uh, I used to work at school where he studies now, but I don't
Uh-huh.
work anymore.
Mhm.
And so I also took a decision that I'm going to like find a teacher for him,
Mhm.
and
Uh-huh.
I won't teach English. Yeah, sometime, of course, when I drive a car, and we like like chat and we talk about everything, and I try to. He's not like. He is good at English, and he like like a sponge,
Mhm.
everything that I say, so he remembers. And yeah, but I actually yes, so another teacher teaches him English, and I took this decision because I wanted to be a mother rather than a teacher for him. So
Of course.
uh, yeah,
Of course. Of course. I
and
understand.
I want to spend I, I want to spend quality time with him. So when
Mhm.
I'm with him in his room, so I try not to look like to scroll
Think
down
about work.
Instagram. I try to spend and dedicate, yeah, to dedicate this time, and yes, and it works. Actually, it works because he is a nice son, nice guy, and yeah,
The little guy, he's
lovely
how old is
little
he?
man. Yeah,
7, 8? How old is he?
uh, 7. Yes, he's
7.
7.
7. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know this struggle very well. Not checking your phone when you're finally home with your kid, but when we run a business, we cannot stop. Yeah, we don't close the
Yes.
door completely, and we bring it home. So it's a real struggle. Yeah, I know that very well.
Yes. I
Hmm.
struggled a lot with it, but I saw a lot of videos on YouTube how to manage work life and how to implement this work life balance in my life. And actually, I managed to do it really. So I think that our phone is a friend and both an enemy. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we have
Absolutely.
to like have detox,
Yeah.
yeah, social detox. And sometimes this year I work on Saturday as well, and in the afternoon I come home and I try to immerse in my family life deeply. And yeah, we go shopping together, we go to the cinema, we watch films with popcorn, especially now because it's cold, it's
Yeah.
the weather is gloomy, we want to stay in bed. Yes. And Sunday afternoon, yeah, Sunday afternoon I start work. Yeah, I started working, and I chat my teachers, I chat students about and all the plans, because I like planning everything. So I have kind of week plan, daily plan, yeah, weekly plan, daily.
How many clients per week do you work with?
Uh, uh, how many clients in general?
Yeah, per week.
Per week, maybe 40,
40. Do you have
40,
some
40.
groups?
Yeah,
You
I
have
have
groups.
groups, players, individual classes. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Okay. And Victoria, how many
About
lessons per week do you teach?
I don't know how many lessons per week.
Uh-huh.
I know how many lessons per day,
How many lessons
and
per day?
oh, it's incredible. About 9, 10. It's really
Per
tough
day?
per day. Yes, per day, because yes, yes,
Possible.
yes. Yeah, it's impossible. I know. And this year, it was impossible to make up a group because all the students were pretty much different. They were really different
Mm-hmm.
according to their abilities to study, according to their level. It was impossible to divide them. And I have only one group. It's exam preparation, and I mean B2, and IELTS preparation group. Well, and individual classes. But my dream is to maybe conduct group lessons,
Mm-hmm.
to give group
Please
lessons
minimize your teaching time. This sounds like a lot.
a lot. Yes, this year it's a lot.
A lot, yeah.
I'm worried about you.
I work on Saturday, and
Mm-hmm.
I have two classes on Sunday late at night because my student is from Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and time difference, and
Yes.
I have to take it into consideration. Yeah, I consider this, and I have to keep this in mind.
Okay.
And this year I have students from different countries. It is
Mm-hmm.
also new for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Are they
and
all Ukrainian who are living in
uh,
different parts of the world?
no, not everybody. There are
Uh-huh.
people from Hungary, students from Hungary, Hungarian
Mhm.
students. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's very interesting. This year I have kids of my ex-students. It's also very interesting to teach kids of my ex-students. Can you
Yeah,
imagine this?
yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. That is that is a lot of years of teaching, Victoria.
Yeah, nice experience.
So, ladies, I have one question about methodology. You mentioned that it changed you a lot going to the festival this year, but not just from the freelancing point of view or the business point of view, but also from the teaching point of view, right? Because we spoke a lot about autonomy and language coaching. Has it changed your lessons? Has it changed your approach to teaching? I know it has because we talked about it. So maybe you could share with the ladies in the club.
I got one book. I prepared it for the interview, so I got this
Oh,
book and I highlighted some interesting quotes that we are not teachers, so we are coaches
can
now.
you show
It's
the book?
just
I
Can you
know
different.
show?
it's
Yeah.
called,
Can you show?
Yes,
no, it's Gabriella's book, yes.
yes,
Comprehensive
yeah,
Language
yeah,
Coaching
yeah.
Handbook.
And
It's
I
really
always
nice.
use some ideas. I always use some ideas because nowadays a teacher is not just an encyclopedia, yeah, Google. So they have Google, they can search for information, look up everything they need. But we are like directors, we direct them, we maybe encourage them, motivate them, and show some ways of developing and improving their knowledge and skills. And that's what I actually took off. I took
Hmm.
yeah.
Perfect. 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 Nice.
And
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 can you see it? Can
guys,
you see it
uh,
on
uh,
the sorry, can you see it on the students? Are they changing? Are they telling you something different now?
Nowadays, my some of my students live abroad, so they sometimes we don't have time for our classes. I mean, online
Hmm.
classes,
Hmm.
and they like there are some days when I direct them and like I show them some resources, some references to, for
Hmm.
example, when we like someone is ill or has study, yeah, so he or she, so they can use these resources, and yeah, they are really encouraged, and they feel, I would say, that they feel free abroad because they can communicate with other people. So
Hmm.
nowadays the lesson is not only a teacher and a book, but also all this language environment and
Yeah.
the situations where they can use their English, and this what also motivates me a lot. Yes, because I see some like I see harvest, yeah, of my
Yes. Yeah.
profession. Yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. And Victoria, you wanted to say?
yeah. Although I always loved books, I stole, Nina, your idea that it's quite possible to teach kids without books. Yeah, it's really possible. And now I do it more often.
Good.
It's really cool. Really, it works
Yes.
well. Really, it works. Because there isn't any perfect book, excellent book. And we can do lots of stuff ourselves and create perfect lessons.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful.
According to their needs. Yes.
Yes, according to their needs, for sure.
Ladies, I have our only man in the group, my dear friend Anish, who's been here for 2 interviews, and he is watching right now. And he's actually in the book. When you open the book, you can find his name there. One of the case studies
Ah,
is his language
really?
school in Toronto, on the spot language. So check it out. That's Anish. And he's watching and saying, congrats on all the great work you're all doing. This is such a great conversation. And you are both so inspiring.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anish. Always supporting us. Thank you so much. Ladies, why did you start learning English and later teaching it? What was it? Because not everyone does it, yeah? Why did you start learning and then teaching? That's also two different things. So two questions in one.
Victoria, will you start?
Yeah, my pleasure.
Do you remember this time
When I
when you
was,
decided to enter university?
and to university, I have already told that my first students were all my dolls.
Hmm.
Then
Ah,
my
yes.
then my sister, and then my neighbors.
But why
Uh,
English?
but yeah, I think that for everybody, there is a person maybe who inspires, yeah. And when I was in primary one, my teacher told my mom that I would never become fluent in English, that
Ah,
I had no abilities to study. Um, so she didn't find anything special about me. And the matter was, I was pretty shy, really shy. And for me, to raise my hand and to be eager to answer was a disaster. And I was about to die when a teacher called my name. Yeah, it was something horrible for me. And my mom told me, and my mom was like a role model for me during all her life.
yes, you
As long as,
can.
yes, you can. These were her last words she told me. Really, last words she told me. She has passed away, and okay, and my mom told me something like, "Are you kidding? You know nothing in English, and at home you teach all dolls and all members of our family, and we know all the Black Six vocabulary, and you say nothing at school." She was taken aback. She was taken aback. And for me, it was awful because my mom, my role model, yeah, and I disappointed her. And then there was a change of teachers, and that teacher noticed me and found brilliant.
Hmm.
And all Olympics, or I don't know how to call them properly, all the maybe competitions in English, I was the first one, I was the winner. And I proved maybe myself and everybody that I can, really can. And there was a teacher. She was so strict, but so fair. And I was the only student, and there were 90 students. Maybe it was grade 6, I don't remember, or something. And I was the only student she gave excellent mark. It was like this. And it was wow effect. And maybe it was my calling and inclination. I don't know. Maybe in my ex-life I spoke English and I lived somewhere in London or in India in an English-speaking country community, yeah. And I really fell in love with English, and I made a decision to become an English teacher. And it's not the end of the story, because all future teachers take practice, yeah, at school. And I had two marvelous teachers, and they became role models for all my life. And unfortunately, I don't remember the name and surname of my French teacher. My second language is French. And I do know the name of my role model teacher. She became my colleague at school. And now she tells me that she is so proud of me. And she is Olga Volkova. If she listens to me, I
Hi,
know
Olga.
that she will be proud of me. And I find her to be the best teacher ever. Lucky students who had her by their sides. And that's why my choice was English and teaching.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing your story. I knew what I was doing
My
when I was
story
inviting
started.
you here, ladies. You tell the best stories, you two. Seriously, you do. Liuba.
My story actually started when I entered the university. Of course, I like teaching. I had a brother, and I taught him English, and I had been studying English since I was 5 years old. So of course, English language was my passion, and I knew it. And I was quite of a nerd at school, like a SWAT, because I liked studying a lot.
Don't you say?
Yes, and yes, and I liked it a lot. And yeah, but I used to want to become a journalist. So I wanted to become a news presenter. So I didn't dream of becoming a teacher since I was like a from primary school. Yes, and then I took test. I passed an ZNO with flying colors, and I entered the university for free. And I started learning again, learning and studying a lot. And then I had my practice, my first teaching practice, when I was yes, I don't remember exactly, but it happened maybe 3 or 4 years later. And the first lessons were a disaster. It's like it wasn't as I imagined it at all. And but then I got used to teaching, and I had my private students. It's also very difficult to remember when, but since I was a student at university, I had my private students. And yeah, so this is my way.
And why is it so great to be an English teacher? What do you love about it?
Job satisfaction.
So tell us
And
a little bit
constant
more.
developing, maybe. Maybe also, yeah, like constant developing, because I like, yes, as Victoria said, I have this inclination for languages and reading, and I want to share my knowledge with other people. So that is important, that I have something, right? Let it be grammar structures, some skills, and so on, like some information, and I want to give it to other people. Yes, so
and now you will be able to inspire.
it's about this.
Now you will be able to inspire not just students, but also other teachers. Because you know, you listen to these podcasts as you drive to work or back home. Now you will be on one of them. How does that feel? That's pretty good, isn't
On
it?
cloud nine. Yeah, thank you so much.
My
Yeah.
pleasure, my friend. My pleasure. I didn't even know about this.
I'm so grateful. Yeah, really, and thankful
You
that I know
ladies,
you, Nina and Victoria.
you ladies not just made my conference, you made my whole year. Seriously. Because you got on a bus, Liuba, you got on a bus in Chernivtsi, and it took you how many hours to get here to Brno?
Maybe 18 hours.
18 hours, yeah, on a bus.
Maybe more, maybe more.
And it was your first trip traveling by yourself.
Yes, and solo.
Abroad.
Yeah, solo trip, yeah.
And you did it. I was so proud of you. And I just couldn't believe you were doing it until you were here and I could touch you. Like, you really came. So you're really dedicated.
After that, I was proud of myself. Yeah.
I hope so. You should be. Yeah. And Victoria, what about you? Why is it so great to have this job for so many years?
My favorite phrase is it is two wings behind my back. Really. Even if I'm in a bad mood, I enter the classroom and I feel happy, really happy.
Yeah.
And maybe it's beyond understanding, beyond any explanation. It's something cool which gives me pleasure, satisfaction, inspiration. And guess what? Uh, Sometimes I entered the classroom and boy students told me, "Ah, Victoria, you painted your nails. It's gorgeous, guys. It's gorgeous." And yesterday we were discussing the topic with my students. It was by the way, I have a speaking club. Oh, one more. And the question was successful people. And the question was who defined to be successful. And one of my students told me, it's our teacher, Victoria. She's successful because
Great.
now she's in front of us and we know that she loves us. And these were his words.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah. And how on earth isn't it a success? Or yes, it gives us power and those two wings behind our back.
Wings, yeah.
Wings.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
When I hear that students must or something like this, they have to. No, these are we adults. We have to find the very key to their hearts. Just because we are teachers, we're older than them. Yeah, we are those who have to inspire them to lead.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Nothing to add. Just it's perfect,
Exactly.
Viktoriya.
With your wings, nothing
Honey
to
for my
add.
ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have another teacher who met you at the festival. Hi, Peti. Thank you so much for commenting. Petya Hanusheva says hello and good to see you
Hello.
again.
Hello, hello.
Ladies, so good to see you again, and so good to hear that you are well, even better than last time we saw each other face to face, that our work here in the Czech Republic, what we put together at the festival, had such an impact on you. I will definitely share it with all the other colleagues who were speakers at the festival. They they will be so excited for you, and I wish you all the best for 2024. May your businesses flourish. May you get many more students. And I am so proud, I must say, myself, because I could be there when you met for the first time in person, and I could be there when your friendship, your real friendship and partnership started. And I think that is the most precious thing, when we have each other and we can support each other, right? That's why I do these small community things and events, because I believe they can change people's lives, and I can see they do.
And they say
Yeah.
that.
Thank you for all. Sorry.
And
I just
just
wanted to
one more
say
thing.
that the speakers.
Luba, please.
Okay, the speakers were amazing, and all the teachers that were at the festival, because before the festival I wrote down some questions that I was interested in, and I wanted to find the answers during the conference. It's like request, some request, and I tried to take a chance and come to each person in the hall, in the room, or while we were like having lunch. And I asked, like, some small question, like some questions, and then I wrote down all insights, and after that I posted photo with my insights. There were a lot, really, and I have this notebook, and sometimes I look at it and feel proud of myself, my work, and thank you so much for the choice of speakers and all the teachers that came.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, Viktoriya, go.
And
Sorry for interrupting
I just wanted to add that the only thing which one person can give to another is time and warmth. And you gave us your time, it's precious, really, and warmth. We felt that support. We were greatly inspired. So thank you so much.
You're making me cry now. Thank you so much. And I told you, but maybe I can share with everyone. When I was creating the conference, it was the third year, and I really wanted it to be international this time. And starting small, we started with about 17 people the first year, or 20 people, and now we are growing. But I don't want to I don't want to grow too much, because you've all been telling me keep it small. So and it's very valuable to have this smaller community where you can really build a deeper connection. So I do want to keep it small, but I wanted to grow it a bit more internationally. So when I was creating the prices for the festival, of course, always the club members have the lowest price. Yeah. And I thought, this is how I can support Ukrainian teachers. Probably they will not find out about it. Like, how can anyone from Ukraine learn about this festival? Like, yeah. So maybe there are some Ukrainian teachers in the Czech Republic and they would appreciate it. And this is my way how I can support them. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I'm
There
not
was
a
special price. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not a millionaire, and you know, I was thinking for quite a while what I can do for you guys in Ukraine, and this was like, hey, I can do this, and
Yes.
I remember the moment when you reached out to me, Liuba,
Mm-hmm.
and I just could not believe that I actually created it so that you could come. Yeah. And you
Yes, yes,
said,
yes.
I am coming. And then I have a friend. I will bring a friend. And just suddenly there you were. And I thought that, as I said, I'm not a millionaire. I cannot, you know, I cannot go there. I cannot fight for you. But if I can help you with time and a little piece of my heart, I will. So thank you for showing up in my life, because just like you said before, even when we are down, when we enter a classroom, we leave a different person, right? We come out a different person. I never once went into a lesson when I was down, leaving the classroom or the lesson feeling the same
Mm-hmm.
sad feelings. I'm always elevated. Yeah. I think it's because when we help others, we help ourselves. It is the best way to feel better. So, Liuba, I am so glad you didn't become a journalist. I'm so glad you I'm so glad you became a teacher, because now in these difficult days you can turn to your job and you can find that help. So I hope you will never lose that, and that you will never lose hope, because we are here with you, hoping with you that this will soon be over. And as I promised you, Lyuba, I will come to Chernivtsi and help you out to create something similar that I am doing here in Brno.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Viktoriya will be there too to do
For
it with us.
sure.
Or in
100.
Izmail.
Yes, 100. Odessa, 100%.
100%. So much love
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
yes,
sending your
yes.
Thank
way.
you.
So much
Thank you.
love. You mean the world to me. I hope we stay in touch forever till the rest of our lives. We will see each other again in person.
Yeah.
And I wish you beautiful Christmas, the best you can have. And don't forget that we all have you in our hearts. All right? So much love and all the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Bye bye.
amazing, amazing women and
Yeah.
educators, both of you.